Hey guys, Darren Guitar Freak speaking here, and well, it's I'm making this video because it's that time of year again. It's Christmas time, and I've never made a video of a DVD collection video anyway of showing some of my favorite Christmas movies. There's one particular series that I just bought recently that I've never watched, but I'll show you them anyway. So if you're going to leave comments below about that, you could tell me what you think about them, but don't spoil any of it for me. But I wanted to do this because I wanted to get this video up a little early. I didn't want to wait till it was a little too close to Christmas. So this right here, what you see here, is like all of my favorite Christmas films. Some of them are not really. Some of them I don't like that I have in that pile there, but the only reason are the ones I don't like are connected to a film that I do like of its predecessor. Anyway, so okay, we'll get started with. I hope that ain't a distraction. That's a light up Christmas tree. That's my stepdad's. He puts that up every year. So anyway, let's get started. Let's get started here. Here's some of my favorite stuff. Probably here's one that many people have seen growing up as a kid. I bought this set years ago, back when it first came out. I think it was like Christmas of 2007. I bought it. The original Christmas classics. It's got it's a big set of all the well, not all, but some of the most famous Christmas specials. You got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, The Little Drummer Boy, Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, Cricket on the Hearth, and Frosty Returns. These three here, The Little Drummer Boy, Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, and Cricket on the Hearth, I have not seen until I got the set. Never really heard of them till then. But these other four that as I was growing up, I watched as I was a kid. I found them on TV and I'd watch them. So I just recently watched this recently. It's kind of cool. I'll show you the inside if you want to see the inside. It was a limited edition, but I believe you can get this sort of thing at Walmart. It might not be in this particular set, but it's like in another box set where all the Christmas specials are in another box. So it's easy to find at Walmart. You can get these. You could even get these individually if you want. It's kind of cool how they lay out like that. And even let me put it over here. Oh, hang on. Let me move these out of the way. You get these discs, and I love the way it opens up too. If you take a disc out, you could actually see like some pictures behind here. Little cartoon characters from like the cartoons and stuff. You open it like this, and it kind of comes out all wide. Oh, and I forgot, you almost get a, you get a bonus CD of 7 Christmas songs on there that you could place in a radio and listen to. So that's kind of cool. I think any little kid would be very happy and proud to have this in their collection because it is a good one to own. But yeah, it's very good. So definitely pick that up if you don't have it, or something similar to that. I don't know if that's out. It says limited keepsake edition on the top there, but I don't know. Here's one that they sell at Walmart every year. You could find this easy at Walmart. Home Alone, the complete collection, contains all 4 films in the whole series. Now there's officially 5. They just made a 5th one, made for TV, just like the 4th one. I don't know if they're ever going to release that on DVD or not. I've read about it. I didn't hear anything about it. But I'm probably not going to bother with it. I think most people would agree that the first 2 are the only ones that are really worth it. But what's cool about this box set, if you don't know, they come in these little thin cases, which a lot of box sets do that. I think the Friday the 13th box set did it too. You got these little you get these little thin cases here. Home Alone 1 and 2. Two very good films. Technically, I like the second one a little bit better than the first. I know critics didn't really find it like that. I know there's some people out there that don't either. Technically, I like the second one a little better than the first, but the first is definitely a classic. And they're not the same disc. They're two disc. They're two discs. So that's kind of cool. And then of course you got the other two. You got Home Alone 3 here, and Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House. I guess that's, if you want to call it that, or Home Alone Taking Back the House. Home Alone 3, I remember watching when I was real young. It wasn't 1 and 2, that's for sure, but for what it was, I thought it was okay. I do find some enjoyment out of it. It's not horrible, though. Home Alone 4 is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Waste of time. Don't even bother with it. But I'm just pointing these out because they're in there. So that's kind of cool. I only have one hand to work with here though, so I'm just gonna place these aside because I ain't gonna be able to get them back in until after I'm done this video. So here's one that I bought a few years back. Just the individual DVD of Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the cartoon, about the 25-minute special from what is the year of the cartoon? I don't really know. 1966. Okay. Boris Karloff voices the Grinch and he narrates the film. You might know Boris Karloff if you're a big horror fan. He was Frankenstein in the 1931 film. I like the cover. If you could see clearly enough that it's all glittery snow. The problem with this, the DVD though, is that whenever you touch the DVD, you get the glitter all over your hands, and that I always hated. I always hated that, but it was cool though in a way. Technically, I like the cartoon a little bit better than the Jim Carrey movie, but I like the Jim Carrey film. It's a rather good film, but I don't know. There's just something about the cartoon that I like much more. So yeah. Not much to say about it. I know most of you have seen it. Now, I am into some Christmas horror. I started getting into some Christmas horror films last year, so I'm gonna start off with the original Black Christmas from 1974. I saw this for the first time last year, and on the bottom here, the tagline of the film is, if this film doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight. Technically, yeah, it did make my skin crawl at the end. Very effective movie, though. Very good, though. I'm sure y'all probably know the story if you like Black Christmas. It says at the bottom here, Bob Clark's Black Christmas predates Halloween by 4 years and is now widely acknowledged as the inventor of the modern slasher film. So yeah, very much so. Very much so, but rest in peace, Bob Clark. He passed away and he died in a car accident years ago, about 5-6 years ago. Oh, there's my stepdad leaving. Anyway, Black Christmas, very good slasher movie. There's not really much for me to say about it, other than that it's pretty effective. It's pretty effective. Now, yes, of course, yes, I do have the 2006 remake, which I do not like at all. I hated this movie when I first saw it. Just didn't like it at all. I'm not gonna go any further than that. Just didn't care for it. Now here's the series that I have that I've not seen yet. So don't spoil anything for me. But I'll tell you what I know. I got the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. I do not have the 2012 remake that had recently just come out, but I have the rest of them. Here you have, now, of course, you might know the double feature of what I've read online, but unfortunately, they had just released this last Tuesday. I had pre-ordered it on Amazon, and it's the double feature, the Christmas Survival double feature of Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 1 and Part 2. Now, unfortunately, they had a double feature that came out before this, which is now currently out of print. But unfortunately, they re-released it again. But here's the catch here. You see what it says here? The original unrated version, meaning that the double feature that came out years before only had the theatrical Silent Night, Deadly Night, along with the first sequel. Now, the only way you can get the unrated version at the time was to get the first one individually, and the only way you can get Part 2 is in the double feature. I believe on DVD that's the only way you can get Part 2 on the double feature. But this is the only DVD that you'll find with the unrated version of the original along with the sequel. So I was like, I saw that and I read about it just a few weeks ago. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait till that comes out so I can get it. And it is on 2 discs instead of a double-sided disc. So I like that better. I think it's more creative. So I have not seen any of these. Silent Night, Deadly Night. I've heard many good things about it. So I am a slasher fan. So I've heard bad, terrible stuff about Part 2, and I've heard good stuff about Part 2. So just give that one a watch. So yeah, if you want to get the Silent Night, Deadly Night first 2 movies, get this set right here. It is a must own. Get this set. Anyway, and now I got I know there's 4 sequels, so I got the last 3 in this set right here, the Silent Night, Deadly Night 3-disc set. That includes 3 films of Part 3, You Better Watch Out, Part 4, I can't read that word, and Part 5, The Toy Maker. So that's the rest of them. I've read about this online too, and unfortunately this is out of print. But I bought it brand new for $17. So that's weird. But I got it, so that's a must-own too. So those are the only Christmas horror films that I have. I will watch those, but right now, let's go back to the regular, I guess, standard genre of Christmas. Here's one. I know the DVD is a little torn up here. We've had it for a while. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Grew up watching this movie as a kid. I watch it every Christmas. I always liked this film. Very funny movie. You know, the toy itself in the movie is kind of cool because I am a superhero fan as well. So, you know, I think the whole superhero thing with the toy was very cool. Very cool. So yeah, there's that. Jingle All the Way. Good film. Then we have Elf with Will Ferrell. I saw that when I was a young age. My mom took me and my brother to see this movie in the theater. And this was, I believe, the first Will Ferrell movie I've ever seen. Mainly because Will Ferrell is not really someone for kids. He usually does adult comedies and that sort of thing. And this was like the first thing I've ever seen him do. And ever since I saw this film, I went into some of his other projects. You know, later on in my life, I saw Talladega Nights in theaters. I saw Step Brothers, and you know, I am a Will Ferrell fan now. But this was the film that started it all for me. But I love this movie. I think it's very funny. And I like the director, Jon. Yeah, there's his name right there, Jon Favreau. I like him. I think he's a really good filmmaker. you know, if you know who he is, he went on to do such films as the first two Iron Mans, I believe. And he did Cowboys and Aliens, which I saw in the theater. And I fairly enjoyed that film. So yeah, Jon Favreau I think is a really good director. But I don't think I have to say much, because these movies, I'm sure most of y'all have seen it. Polar Express, I saw this one in the theater too. Very, very good. I think this is a very good Christmas film, animated type of movie. Tom Hanks voiced pretty much everybody in this movie, I would say. I really like this film though. Saw it in the theater. Thought it was really good. Not much to say, but yeah. And now, I've saved the best for last, sort of, but it does have sequels to it. My favorite Christmas film of all time, that I love this film. Watched it all the time as I've grown up. I've seen the sequels in the theater, but I've not seen the first one in the theater because it came out when I was a really young age. So, here is Disney's The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Absolutely love this movie. Oh, I can't get enough of this movie on Christmas. I think it's a great Christmas movie. You know, I love the story, how the father becomes the Santa Claus. Very funny movie too. Very funny film. But really love this film. Watch it every year. Great movie though. Great film. Then you have the sequel, which I saw in the theater when I was a little kid, The Santa Claus 2. Not quite as good as the first one, but it's actually rather good. You know, you have, most of the characters reprising their role. I think this film was more aimed towards a younger audience than the first film was, but still a good film. The Santa Claus 2, not quite as good, in my opinion anyway. But I do like it, and I think it's a rather enjoyable film. But unfortunately, when I saw this in the theater, my God, I don't know why I bothered. The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Oh boy, sometimes you just gotta learn to know when to let this stuff go, man. Don't like this movie. I thought it was not good at all. Not a good plot. I found Martin Short kind of annoying as Jack Frost. Again, you have most of the characters reprising their roles, but I think they're done making Santa Claus films, so I don't think we have to worry about anything other. So, not very good, but I guess maybe little kids might like it, because it is just a straightforward. Each movie just went more and more just for the kids. So, all right. Well, that's my Christmas films, my favorite ones. Those are the ones I normally watch every year, except for the Silent Deadly films. Recently, just bought those. Haven't watched them, so I'm just letting you guys know. Thank you guys for watching, and that was just a little advice of what my favorite Christmas films were, because it is Christmas time. So, y'all have a good day, and y'all have a Merry Christmas. See you later. Bye-bye.